Hey, divine souls, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Pick Your High Priestess reading, where we're going to take a look at your current spiritual lessons as well as your spiritual gifts. Now, this reading is inspired by this massive spiritual awakening going on right now, okay? A lot more vivid dreams, a lot more intense, crazy dreams. People are awakening their spiritual gifts, they are intensifying their spiritual gifts. People are going through karmic lessons and spiritual lessons. It's almost as if the veil between our world and the spiritual world has gotten thinner and thinner, and they are more like merging together. Okay, so before we get to your reading though, I'd like to take this moment to appreciate this moment and appreciate every single person that's showing me support here on YouTube by showing me support and subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, commenting, and sharing the videos. If you're new here, you can also show your support by subscribing to my channel, like the videos, comment, and also hit that notification bell down below so that you do not miss out on any future videos. Otherwise, you can pause here, meditate on the high priestess that calls to you the most. The first high priestess, we have the mature high priestess. The second high priestess, we have the meditating high priestess. And the third high priestess, we have the anointing high priestess. Now, once you've decided on your high priestess, timestamps are provided in the description box down below. You can go ahead and skip to your reading. Otherwise, let's dive into it. Now, pile number one, you chose the mature high priestess. So, this means that maturity is the word, okay? Maturity is the key, regardless of the circumstances, the situation, who you're dealing with, where, show maturity, okay? So, now let's get into your reading. Pile number one. Hi, I hope you're doing well. So, we are going to take a look at your spiritual gifts as well as your spiritual lessons today, okay? We have two piles in front of us. The first one, we are going to take a look at the spiritual gifts and lessons that you're currently going through. And the second pile we are going to take a look at the opportunities that will open up once you can cultivate and use these gifts, as well as once you can learn these lessons, what opportunities will open up for you, okay? We'll also take a look at advice from your ancestors on how to handle all of this, and we'll also take a look at your oracle message as a guidance card, okay? So let us start with the first pile. All right, so the first three cards that came out for you, we have the Page of Stones. We also have the Page of Bows, as well as the Page of Vessels, okay? Now, all these three cards are pages, okay? So this speaks about the lessons that you will learn are lessons that will help you grow, because this is a very young energy. Pages are very young energies, right? So you may also look young in appearance, you may seem young, you may have this youthful energy about you as well, okay? So you're going to have to learn a lot of lessons that have to do with also allowing your inner child to thrive, okay? Not only of growth, right? Maturity, but also of having that balance between maturity as well as allowing the inner child to thrive. So not neglecting any part of your being, because being young, you're very careless, right? And you may make certain mistakes because of your youthfulness, right? And if you have the wisdom, right, of somebody who has gone through that, the maturity perhaps, you may find yourself avoiding such mistakes, right? Whereas when you're old and you're always stiff and always thinking like an adult, you lose moments of inspiration, moments of joy, moments of pleasure, because you're always thinking, always hard, always trying to be mature. But sometimes the answers lie in being childish, the answers lie in being playful, the answers lie in the garden while you're playing with your kids. You might find some clarity there, you might find some understanding there, whatever the case may be, okay? So now, I'm also getting here that you're somebody that's very gifted as well, okay? You're very gifted. You have many gifts that are not only physical, right? But you have the gifts of, how can I say this? The energy that you have. You are very empathetic, right? You're very sensitive to other people's needs and desires, and that makes you a very naturally healing person to be around, a person that makes people feel good to be around. I'm getting that energy, right? People may say nice things about you or good things about you because you have that energy of being able to sense when somebody needs certain words, or when somebody needs certain actions, okay? You're very empathetic and you understand when not to trigger someone when you see that they're going through something. I feel like that's your energy as well. So people really tend to generally feel good around your energy. You have this healing energy about you. That's part of your gifts, right? The spiritual gifts you're given, all right? Another thing I'm seeing here is that, see, somebody who's very driven, somebody who's very passionate, somebody who knows what they want and goes after it. You know, you're somebody that takes charge. You like being in different places. Explore that. Be an explorer. Part of that gift of having that type of energy, of being somebody that has so much strength, so much energy, is that you're gifted. That not many people have that energy of wanting to travel and be here and be there. So use it to your advantage. Okay, make it part of your experience. Use what you're given to enjoy the life that you're given. Okay. I'm also getting here that you're somebody that's also like, you have this energy of being patient, right? Of taking your time. Like you have many energies inside of you, all right? And because of that, you may find sometimes being this way, sometimes being that way, sometimes being this way, sometimes being that way, okay? And sometimes may come across as being childish when other people look at you or they see you, okay? But it's part of who you are. So don't shy away from that. Enjoy that, okay? And also like take your time as well. I'm getting right. You take your time. You're very stealth, if I can put it that way. All right. So now let's take a look at the next round of cards that came out for you. All right, so the next round of cards, we have the Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Strength card. Now, we have another page that came out, right? So, the Page of Wands came out underneath the Page of Wands. How funny is that? So, there's this energy, like I said, about you of just, you know, always wanting to take opportunities. I see an opportunity coming in for you. That is part of your gift, okay? However, I'm also getting the lessons here, that some of the lessons you're going to learn, some of the spiritual lessons you're going to learn, is that because of this youthful energy, this naivety, if I can say so, right? People may tend to try and take advantage of you. Be careful of that, okay? Because that's a part of the lessons, that you will go through a lot of hardship because of that, because of people taking advantage of you, because of taking on more than you can chew, sometimes because of that energy of being naive, like I said, and sometimes it may come across as gullible. So people may feel like they can take advantage of you, and you may find in situations that require you to have to, you know, carry a lot of burdens, okay, carry a lot of things, all right? So I'm also getting part of some of the gifts that you're given is to given the gift of strength. You're not somebody that gives up easy, regardless of people can take advantage, they can think whatever they can, whatever. You are not someone who gives up easy, and that is part of your gift, right? Because you have ancestors that have fought, all right? Ancestors that were feared, ancestors that have gone through a lot to get to the point where you now have evolved, and your DNA has evolved to being you, this person who is very brave, right? And you must have pride in that. Take pride in that, because the ancestors that had to go through all these things that they went through for it, so that you don't have to go through all those things. But I do know you go through a lot in this life, but that's just to show you, okay? That's also to show you, because by going through things, you learn who you are. If you don't go through things that test your strength, you will never know how strong you are. If you don't go through things that test your intellect, you'll never know how wise or intelligent you are. If nothing is tested, no answer can ever be found, right? So in order to know that fire burns, something has to be burnt by fire to know that fire burns. So same way as your strength, you have to know that how strong you are and how strong your lineage is by you having to go through things that test your strength. But you don't give up, and don't give up, okay? Don't be the person to give up. When you find something and you feel like this is it, if you've been working hard on something, you've been patiently working hard on something, and you feel like, you know what, I'm coming across challenge after challenge after challenge, if you have made sure that you've crossed your T's and you dotted your I's, then keep going. Keep going, because you will face challenges that will test you. Keep going, okay? But don't hit your head against the wall, okay? Just keep going. As long as you can see something still has life in it, as long as you can see that something still, you can still get your energy up for it, be that person, okay? Because I see you have a lot of strength, a lot of energy, a lot of vitality. So a lot of activity will be good for you, okay? That's part of your spiritual lessons, is to learn how to exert your physical energy, all right? how to exercise your body. Perhaps maybe if you go to gym, or perhaps you do something to take care of your physical body, okay? Because your physical body needs to be in a form of showing that it's got strength, okay? I'm not saying that you must build a certain body, but I am saying that you need to have physical strength, okay? Even if your body doesn't really change much or doesn't really change, but physical strength you have to have, okay? I am seeing that, yeah. So let's get more, all right? All right. So I am seeing gifts here, all right? So part of some of the gifts that you give it, right? There is a gift here, okay, of something that I feel like there's some news that you're going to receive, that if you're looking to buy a car, I see some good news. If you're looking to travel, I see some good news, okay? Because we have the chariot here, which speaks about travel, speaks about transportation, cars, whatever the case may be. This is a positive indication, okay? So I'm seeing that that is a gift, okay? You're meant to, I almost like my, yeah, never mind. So another gift of yours that I see here is that you're somebody who is supposed to be, who's meant to have a happy life. I'm not saying that there are people who are not meant to have happy lives. We are all meant to have happy lives, right? But your gift is that in this lifetime, in this experience, you will experience a lot of joy in your life, a lot of success, a lot of travel, a lot of beautiful places, okay? That's the energy that I'm getting. However, the lesson is to learn to like release emotions that are dead. The Age of Cups, it came out again for the pile number. Yeah, it did come out for another pile that I did, because I didn't start off with pile number one actually, okay? So I just did things randomly, okay? Anyway, with the Eight of Cups being here, this is telling me learning to let go of that which drains your heart. As you can see with the tree, I don't know if you can see clearly there at the end, there's a tree, right? There's a tree branch that is like almost as if it's stabbing the tree's heart. Okay, the tree has a face. You can't see clearly from this angle. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm getting, right? That walk away from anything that drains you emotionally. Walk away. Don't hold on to things that are draining you emotionally. Don't allow situation yourself to be taken advantage of in situations, okay? I'm getting that by having the strength to walk away. Like if you are in a relationship, right, or you were in a relationship with someone and you are expecting to hear some good news or some apology, you just have to take your pride and be strong and move on without getting that acknowledgement, without getting that, and tell yourself that you will get it where you deserved, you will get it where you are accepted, okay? And tell yourself that you do not deserve this person or you do not deserve this situation. Just move on, okay? Anything that has drained you emotionally, and you, let's say somebody broke your heart, you're expecting an apology, just take your pride and move on. Don't hold on to looking for closure, okay? Move on. You will find happiness. There is happiness in your future, especially with the chariot and the sun card. The chariot speaks about moving on, moving forward, and the sun being in your future, okay? So that's the energy that I'm getting, that you need to know what to hold on to and what to release as well. Like I got that vibe when I was doing pile number 2, okay? So if you want to check that reading out, you can do so, right? Because I'm seeing a bit of similar energy here, but it's different anyway. Maybe that's the collective energy that we're all healing from, learning to let go of that which is draining us emotionally in order to align with that which is pouring into us emotionally, so that we can align to our psychic abilities, to our intuition, to our higher self, and live a much more value filled life, right? Rather than just living just to get by, being in a relationship just to say you're in a relationship, even if it's not fulfilling. That's not the life that we are moving into, okay? So maybe that's why we need to learn how to have relationships that are of quality, of value, all right? So that may be some of the spiritual lessons that you have to learn, right? Having relationships that are of quality, of value, okay? But I see major blessings coming in for you, major gifts coming in for you, okay? So expect to receive a message, a note, an email, some sort of letter of good news regarding something, regarding a car or travel, or some news that will allow you success, right? Because of the chariot card as well, if you're looking for to get a promotion, that is a good indication of a promotion, getting a promotion, moving to the next next level. As long as, it's important that you realize this, as long as you don't keep your focus on those things that drain you emotionally, and you keep your focus on your future, you keep your focus on your happiness, you keep your focus on where you want to be rather than where you were or where you don't want to be. Okay, so now let's get more on your reading. Okay, all right, so now the next three cards we have here is the Eight of Flames, we have the Hermit, as well as the Devil. Ooh, all right, so now let's start with the Devil. The devil could be a person, could be an addiction, could be a situation, right, that needs to be let go of. Remember, I put it, look at it's on top of the Eight of Cups, right? So remember, walking away from anything that's emotionally draining. So if you have a connection with someone that was toxic, someone that is draining you emotionally, and you're expecting an apology from them, take your pride and move on. Okay, by going through that, this person was in your life to mirror something back to you, to show you um some certain parts of your ego. This person was meant to show you certain parts of your ego that you need to work on, especially with the Hermit being here, because this person was bringing some sort of enlightenment in your life. This person was a lesson. This person is not a gift, it's a lesson. Okay, so this person was here to reflect a part of you that is of a low vibrational energy, a part of your ego. Okay, a part of your ego that kind of puts you through certain situations in your life that can be difficult. Sometimes some obstacles in your path are created by you lacking the maturity or having that knowledge, right, of knowing how to do better. So they reflect that so that you know better and you do better. Okay, especially with this energy of thinking you can change people, if you think you can change people, because I do see that there is this naive young energy where you might feel like, I can change this person, I see the best in this person. I know, if you have that energy, right, of feeling that way, where you feel like you can change someone, don't put that to heart. Focus on you, all right? Your happiness, your success moving forward, okay? I am getting that part of the lessons, all right, your spiritual lessons, you are going to go through a dark night of the soul. But that's in order to help you release this energy that is being reflected to you, this low vibrational energy within yourself, right? That's the energy that I'm getting. Like, you are going to receive good news, especially with the Eight of Flames, the Chariot card, and we have the Page of Wands twice. You are going to receive some really, really exciting good news. Okay, but at the other side, it's you having to release, like I said, an attachment. Like I said earlier, right, I feel like pile number 2, you might want to look at that reading as well, because there's so much similarity. Hence I said that, and I will repeat it again. I feel like collectively we are going through this energy of needing to release what is holding us back, needing to release what we are attached to that is not healthy for us, be it addictions or people, and go through this journey of understanding why we are attached to that, why we are attached to those individuals, in order for us to release that and heal that and have more knowledge and wisdom of who we are, where we want to go, and how to get there, in order for us to have that success and happiness and joy that we're looking for, that we fight so hard for, that we look forward to, that we're so patient for. That's the energy that I'm getting. Okay, so let's take a look at what else, the last 3 cards for you. All right, so let's see. Would you look at that? We have the Hermit again. So we have 2 hermits. So I feel like the Hermit is a very, very important part of your spiritual journey, spiritual life. You will go through many times of loneliness, okay? But not in a bad way. These are to enlighten you. These are to bring enlightenment in your life. Enlightenment because, like I said, you're young and you're curious, right? And as a curious person, you are bound to go through journeys that allow your curiosity to be fed, okay? And they come at a cost, okay? So like I said, you will go through sometimes of being lonely, not all the time, but you will have times where you retreat and go within yourself, sometimes where you just by yourself, to learn about your journey, yourself, where you want to go, where you are going, with who, what your role in life is, what your purpose in all of this is, okay? And I'm seeing some of the lessons you're going to learn, or one of the lessons you are learning is to be patient, is to be patient with yourself and be patient with your journey. Be patient with getting the answers. Be patient with getting enlightenment. Be patient with yourself. It's not an easy road and it's not a short one either. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Learning patience, learning how to be, to, like I said earlier, on growth. Right now you're still young, there's this young energy about you, but part of the spiritual lessons is to learn to grow, and to grow is to go through situations that will allow you to gain the wisdom and the knowledge that will reflect to you. And because you're a very wise and smart person and curious person, you will learn the lessons. Okay, so I'm seeing here that another gift of yours is that, like, I feel like a biggest lesson in your life is knowing that things will unfold slowly in your life. Don't be in a rush, don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry, because being in a hurry is just going to put you through a lot of unnecessary situations. Okay, so take your time, learn. Don't have to learn everything through experience. Sometimes you can learn things through other people's experience, by just being watchful, by just being observant, by just being attentive, and not always being here and there, hot and cold. Yes, as a young person, that energy is there. Exercise it, but also exercise it in a way that's also helping you grow. All right, so now we are going to take a look at opportunities that will arise, right? Once you can cultivate and use these gifts, once you can learn these lessons, what kind of opportunities are going to open up for you? Okay, we'll also get advice from your ancestors and guides on how to handle these energies. Okay, and then at the end of your reading, we'll get an oracle card for you as a guidance card. Okay, so if you want all of that, there is a link in the description box down below to my Patreon page. You can click on that link and the rest of the reading will be there. Also, remember to download my Pearly Moon Tarot app. The link is also in the description box down below, okay? Or you can go to Play Store and search Pearly Moon Tarot and download the app there, all right? I'd really, really appreciate that. Otherwise, if this is where we part ways, thank you so much for your time and energy. Good luck with everything, and I'm sending you lots of love. Ciao. Pile number two, I hope you're doing well. So you chose the meditating high priestess. That means meditating is the key. Meditating is the word. It's important for you to meditate, okay? Anytime you get, could be 5 minutes, doesn't matter. Meditation just simply means being an observer, being aware, not instigating anything or questioning anything, but being aware. Even during the day when you're walking, just be observant of everything around you, okay? So now let's get into your Pile reading. Number two. Hi, I hope you're doing well. So we are going to take a look at your current spiritual lessons as well as spiritual gifts, okay? So we have two piles in front of us here. The first pile, we are going to take a look at the spiritual lessons as well as the spiritual gifts you're going through and experiencing and receiving right now. And the second pile, we are going to take a look at opportunities that will open up once you cultivate these gifts, once you learn these lessons. We'll also take a look at messages from your ancestors, and your guides on how to cultivate these gifts, as well as the lessons that you're learning, okay? And then at the end of your reading, we are going to take a look at an oracle message for you as a guidance card, okay? So now let's start with the first pile, okay? All right, now, so for the first three cards that came out for you, we have the journey, we have the eight of vessels, which is rebirth, and we also have the three of arrows, which is jealousy. Now, the first spiritual lesson that I see you learning here is learning how to transition. With the journey being a major arcana, you have to learn how to move and how to flow and how to accept change, okay? I feel like you might be somebody who is in flow with change, but sometimes it's difficult for you to accept change. You have to know that that's part of your spiritual journey in this world, okay? So you're going to go through a lot of spiritual changes, a lot of changes in your life, a lot of changes maybe in school, a lot of changes perhaps in relationships, a lot of changes in where you live. You might just experience a lot of changes, maybe having certain friends at a certain age, at a different age you have different friends. So maybe your life is that kind of life, and you need to know that that's part of your spiritual lessons, right? To learn how to flow with change and to know that nothing stays the same, nothing stays stagnant. And through that, there is the energy of rebirth, right? With the Ace of Vessels. So I'm getting also, when it comes to relationships, learning how to walk away from relationships relationships that are not emotionally satisfying, or I'm not saying that you must look for a perfect relationship or whatever the case may be, but relationships shouldn't feel draining. They shouldn't feel emotionally draining. Now, if you're in a relationship that's emotionally draining you, that is not fulfilling you, learn how to walk away. Well, not learn how to, but learn to walk away from that. If you don't know how to, learn how to, okay? How to walk away from certain relationships, because I am seeing here that there's certain relationship here that may be full of jealousy, third party, heartbreak, and whatever the case may be. And that is something that you need to learn to put yourself first, to put your emotions first, and actually think about what it is that you deserve, what your heart desires. Because if you don't learn to do that and you stick in unhealthy relationships, you're gonna block your own heart chakra, right? And that's going to be very difficult for you to experience love, okay? So rather, in order for you to be able to experience love, let yourself be in situations that are loving. If they aren't, then you need to learn how to walk away from such situations, okay? Another spiritual lesson that I see here for you is learning how to flow with the emotions, like I said, right? I also think it's about having control over your emotions, because I'm seeing this energy of sometimes you may let your emotions get the best of you, right? But however, this energy is saying part of your spiritual lessons is for you to learn how to control your emotions, okay? Even in chaotic situations, even in heartbreak situations, even in situations of change, you need to have this energy of allowing your emotions to flow through you, however, not letting them control your mindset, not letting them control your actions, okay? So let's look at the second pile of cards that came out for you, okay? Now, the second pile is telling me more about the gifts, right? Because here we have the Ace of Boulders, we have the Four of Cauldrons, and the Ace of Cauldrons. Now, aces are known as the beginning, the starting point of something, right? And for me, these are gifts, right? You're given the gift of love, and a very concrete love, a very beautiful, strong love that could lead to you building roots with this particular individual, building something, a legacy, an empire, having creating good memories, having deep emotionally satisfying moments with this person, being happy in this kind of situation, okay? So I see that part of your spiritual gifts and lessons that you're going through right now may have to do with your love life, right? Because it affects your heart chakra, it affects your emotions, and it also affects your psyche, right? Based on the things that you tell yourself and how you flow with other people and this relationship, okay? So the energy that I'm getting here is that you have the gift of love, like I said, right? So by walking away and learning how to walk away from situations and relationships that are unhealthy for your heart, that are will not, that do not allow, that drain your heart, basically situations and relationships that drain your heart, I feel like by releasing those type of situations, you'll have relationships that are going to be filling your heart chakra, that are going to be allowing, like, that are going to help you feel in the space of, how can I put this? I'm trying to find a word and it's at the tip of my tongue, but I just can't seem to find it. Anyway, before I digress, let's just move forward, okay? So anyway, the gift that I see here is the gift of love. I also see there's another gift here, right? By you allowing yourself to learn to flow with change and to flow with things, and allow yourself to release dead weight, you will start seeing many of your gifts manifest in reality, okay? Because the Ace of Boulders speaks about something tangible, right? Speaks about something that you can hold with your hand, something you can see with your physical eye, right? So the more you allow yourself to allow change to happen, the more you allow yourself to release when something is no longer working, when it actually is dead weight, and you've put in your time, you've put in your effort, you've tried everything that you could, but it still isn't changing, right? You need to then change, right? And then by doing so, you allow yourself to start seeing the things that you actually want to see manifest in your life manifest, because now you're opening up room for those things to manifest, okay? So that's the energy that I'm getting here, that by walking away and releasing energies that are emotionally draining, you will find yourself in situations where you're no longer dissatisfied. You can see a good environment, if when you're in one. Okay, I'm getting that energy by releasing anything that is draining you emotionally. You are opening up space for your heart to be filled with things that actually satisfy you emotionally. Okay, so by releasing a heartbreak, by releasing jealousy and holding on to something that you don't feel truly belongs to you, you will find something that actually truly does feel like a gift. It will feel like it belongs to you. Okay, it won't arise that thing of you desiring it but not being able to have it, the way you want to have it. It will arouse in you that feeling of feeling content, of feeling loved, reciprocated love, of feeling seen and understood. Okay, so I feel like part of your spiritual lessons and gifts have to do with your emotions. All right, it's part of your emotion, like being a water bender, basically learning how to control your emotions, learning how to use your emotions to manifest the life that you want, to learning how to, like, when you're in a healthy environment, right, and your emotions are flowing freely, right, and you're not scared or feeling any low vibrational energies, you are able to manifest with so much more intensity and so much more passion and power, because you're not scared, you're not vibrating at a low frequency. If anything, you might be happy. But if you're in an environment where you're unhappy and you're sad and you're jealous and you're angry and you're vibrating at a low frequency, it's difficult for you to manifest what you desire, because you're vibrating at a low frequency. So to have the high frequency things that you're looking for, you have to vibrate at the same level as them, right? That's part of the spiritual lessons you're having to learn. You have to vibrate at the same frequency as the thing that you desire. If you want joy, you must feel the joy, right? So if you can't feel the joy in your relationship right now, you can't have the joy in your relationship in your future. So if your environment does not allow you to feel the high vibes that you want to experience, then you need to learn to walk away. Okay, so let's look at another pile that came out for you. All right. All right. So the energy that I'm getting here, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Devil, and the Two of Swords. Okay. So part of your spiritual lesson is having to learn how to detach. Like with the Devil, it's re-emphasizing that, right? It's emphasizing, I'm just drawn to the Devil card, it's emphasizing the Death card, because they both speak about um being able to release an attachment. The devil is an attachment, is an addiction, is an obsession, it's something material, right? And if you can see in this deck, the devil is actually a dragon that is actually breathing fire over the house, right? And it's causing chaos, right? So it's destroying. All right, so you need to learn to detach, because I can see that there's an indecision with the Two of Swords being here, right? You may be indecisive whether should I go, should I let go, should I stay. You have to learn to put yourself in a space of loving yourself, in a space of wanting happiness and joy for yourself. That is your spiritual lesson. Like, it keeps being emphasized through many different cards, right? The reason you are indecisive is because you are torn between doing something to make yourself happy and between, like, wanting to possess something that does not truly make you happy. I don't know if it makes sense, but I'm getting that energy. With the Queen of Wands here, I'm feeling like this may be your energy, right? Whether you're male or female, we all have the masculine and feminine energy. Some comes more than others, right? So anyway, with the Queen of Wands being here, this is telling me that this is your energy. First of all, you need to realize that you are not just limited. Okay, you are not limited. You have to see yourself in a broader perspective. You have to see yourself as something or someone that deserves to be in a position where they don't feel like they are an option. Okay, you deserve to be in a position where you feel like you are the choice, the option. Okay, so that's the energy that I'm getting. You have to know your worth. This is the energy that I'm getting. Know your worth and stand firm for what who you are. The more you do that, the more you align. The like also allow yourself to change physically, right? Don't just be always on one space. I feel like change is a major thing. Change your hair, change how you do things, change your nail color, change something, try to do something new. I feel like the more you do that, the more you'll see your gifts manifest. I keep getting that energy that the more you change, when something, I'm not saying constantly don't stick to anything, just be jack of all trades, master of none. But what I'm getting the energy here of is that when something feels like dead weight, when something feels like you've come to a point of cul-de-sac, you know, then that's when cul-de-sac means U-turn, right? Change directions, right? You've hit the road where it ends. You can't move forward. Then learn to take, don't hit against the wall over and over and over and over, especially in relationships, right? Where you feel like you can change someone, or you feel like, as you can see with this girl over here kissing the frog, right? Sometimes you may be in situations where you feel like, I can change this person. I can. No one can change anyone. Everybody changes themselves, and that's where you come in right now. You have to change yourself in order to align to the kind of happiness that you're looking for, in order to align to the kind of life and security that you want in a relationship, in order to align yourself to opening up to having the gifts that are meant for you. Okay, the devil teaches us on how to enjoy the pleasures of the material world, but to not be attached to them like it's our everything. Be of the There's this saying, what is this quote? It's in the world but not of it, something like that. Like, you are in the world, experience it, you're part of the world, you have a physical body, but do not allow yourself to be so engaged and so attached to this, to a point of obsession. So if you have an addiction, some of you could be struggling with addictions, right? Because I'm getting that from the devil. If you're struggling with addictions, then that is part of your spiritual lesson, where you have to learn how to detach yourself from whatever it is that you've attached yourself to in this physical world. If you've watched Avatar, right, the last airbender, there's this part where is it Master Yang, or I forgot, yeah, where he was teaching Master, I don't know who, Phuket, something like that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the names. It's been a while since I've watched it, right? Where he's teaching that young boy, I don't know if his name is Ang or what, how to open his chakras, right? And when he's opening his crown chakra, he has to release everything that he's attached to in this world, be it a relationship, okay, be it your favorite car, your favorite shoe, your favorite handbag, whatever it is. When you come to that point of opening your crown chakra, you are now into the spiritual realm. You are no longer of this physical realm, right? You realize that physical things have an ending. They have a point of ending. Even if you can look at a tree, it goes through all the seasons. The leaves have to fall off at some point. So you have to learn to notice when the leaves have fallen off, when you've hit point of cul-de-sac, that no, this is it. Stop hitting against the wall and move forward. Okay, maybe that's what I need to learn, because I feel like I've been hitting the wall. Okay, so anyway, now let's move on to the next pile. All right, now we have the Fool, the King of Pentacles, as well as the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I am seeing gifts here. Okay, and the gifts here is that you are gifted to have financial security. That's part of your one of your gifts, right? To have financial security and protection as well. Okay, physical protection. Okay, so if you feel like you're not protected, if you feel like by letting go of a certain person or letting go of something, you lack security, you lack no, you are very secure, you're very protected. Okay, I also see another gift is there is something new, something exciting that is a surprise that will be coming in. May also have to do with finances or your career. Okay, you will receive a message, okay, about something. So if you're looking for a job, you will be starting a new job, because we have the Fool card here and the King of Pentacles. We also had the Ace of Boulders, right? The Ace of Boulders is the energy of starting something new, signing a new contract, a new job, and the King of Pentacles could represent your boss, right? So some of you could be starting new jobs that I see. If you are, start saving. Okay, I'm seeing you need to save. You need to make sure you make wise financial decisions. You need to make some investments, whatever the case may be. Create some sort of financial security for yourself. Okay, I'm getting the energy here that some of you could even be in an energy where you, if you have your own project or you want to start your own business, I see that becoming something very stable. However, you're also asked, like, if you are in this pile, generally all of you financially, you're asked to make sure you save, make good financial investments. That's not just making good investments like investing your money there and then saving your money there and then squabbling whatever you have. Make sure that whatever you use your money for, it works for you, it helps you. Okay, I'm not saying don't indulge, because the King of Pentacles is somebody who is who loves luxury, who loves beautiful material things, somebody who dresses well, expensive stuff, smells expensive, you know. So that's the energy. But make sure your money works for you, not the other way around, especially if you have addictions, right, where you find maybe you are spending a lot more on your money on whatever you're addicted to. Okay, so that is a caution, that is a lesson that I see you having to learn, because I see that if you have an addiction, most of you are struggling with spending a lot of your money on your addictions, and that is actually affecting you financially, or affecting your financial security. Okay, however, if you can take that money, I'm not saying breaking an addiction is easy, but wanting to start and knowing how that is not healthy for you, learning that it's affects you in a very bad way, learning that it's keeping you stuck, it's not helping you move forward, then that's the most important part, because now you can break it apart and work on it. Okay, I'm not saying that I know the best method, but I'm just saying that at least give it a try. Okay, so I'm also getting here the energy of the money that you spend, right, on whatever it is that you're addicted to. If you can calculate it, all right, how much you spend for a certain period, you can calculate it for a month if it's been a month, or a year if it's been a year, or years, and just look at how much of your money that could have gone to working on you and helping you make more, and has gone to you feeding an addiction that's keeping you stuck. Okay, so there's something new and exciting, like I said, with the Fool card being here. Okay, so take the risk, always be willing to risk new adventures. Okay, but not always without caution. All right, make sure you, because the King of Pentacles is somebody who takes caution, somebody that doesn't rush in things. They make calculated risks, they take calculated risks. Also with your finances, make sure you take calculated risks. Okay, so that's the energy that I'm getting. So let's get more from the other pile. Okay, all right, so the last pile we have for the part 1 reading, we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Hanged Man in reverse, and we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so I generally don't read reversals, so I'm gonna read it either way. Okay, it caught me off guard, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. Okay, so first of all, with the Hangman, now I'm gonna read it upside, like the way it generally is, right, and then I'm gonna read it in reverse. Okay, and then we'll read the others. So with the Hangman, now the Hangman speaks about being stuck, not being able to move forward because you're not seeing things from a different perspective. You're stuck on seeing things from one perspective. You are stuck on wanting things to work this certain way. You don't ask yourself or tell yourself, hey, let's try this. Hey, let's change direction. Hey, so the reason you'll be stuck in your love life, in your career, whatever the case may be, is because you refuse to see that you're carrying dead weight. So whenever you feel stuck, know that it's the universe's way of telling you that now you're carrying dead weight. It's time to release, and ask yourself, what is it that you are not allowing yourself to see a different perspective on? Okay, that's part of your spiritual lessons. Okay, ask yourself, what is it that I'm not seeing? What is it that in my relationship, if your relationship, for example, isn't healthy or you're not happy, what is it that I'm not seeing that maybe if I change my perception can help me experience a healthier relationship? Is it me? Do I have to change? Do I have to let go? Do I have to, what is it, right? In my career, why am I not able to start this? Why am I not, ask yourself questions, right, in order for you to take yourself out of the situation of being stuck. Now the Hangman now being upside down, right, meaning now you're no longer stuck. It means that you have seen the bigger picture. You have seen that actually I don't have to keep doing it this way, I can do it that way. Actually, I don't have to keep myself stuck in this relationship, I can move on. Okay, and that's gonna allow you to have now relationships that work, partnerships that work, because the Three of Pentacles speaks about collaboration. It speaks about work as well. It speaks about creativity as well. So if you're in a relationship that was not working and you start seeing, you know what, this is not working, let me move forward, you're going to find yourself in a relationship that leads to marriage, where you have children and you have a healthy relationship. If you feel like your current job or the way you're doing things in your current position or whatever the case may be is not working, and you have this idea, you know what, let me change things up, let me try to do things this way, you're going to find yourself being more creative. You're going to find yourself having more more inspiration, if you're looking to collaborate, or maybe you've been working on your own and you want to collaborate with other people, you're going to find that you're going to find collaborations that actually work, people that actually doing the same thing as you. So do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt yourself for cutting people out. Do not feel guilty as well with the Queen of Swords here. Do not feel guilty for having to cut people out. Do not feel guilty for having to be thoughtful of yourself. Do not be feel guilty for seeming cold to someone else by trying to be warm to yourself, because sometimes people have a tendency of wanting you to be cold to yourself and warm to them, meaning be mean to yourself, do something hurtful to yourself so that you can please them. It's important that you it's rather somebody says don't do it purposely, purposefully, obviously, of hurting people and being mean. But if it means that this person is just being spiteful because you're nurturing and taking care of yourself, and you're doing it to make yourself happy and secure, then you don't have to worry about that particular person, because it clearly means that they don't care about your happiness. All right. So the energy that I'm getting here, the lessons that I see here, have to do with change, having to see things from a different perspective, having to learn to change and accept and adapt and grow with things, having to learn to take calculated risks, and learning to allow yourself to jump at opportunities that come sometimes, opportunities that allow you to express yourself, opportunities that allow you to feel free and young again, and energetic. Okay, so that's the lessons that I have to that I'm getting here. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty for making decisions that are to secure yourself, making decisions that are to align yourself with the kind of life that you want to live. Okay, so now there is more that we're still going to look at. Okay, because now we want to look at the opportunities that will open up once you can start cultivating these gifts, once you can start accepting these lessons and practicing them, and practicing the lessons that you're being taught here. What opportunities will open up for you in your future? Okay, and then we're also going to take a look at advice from your ancestors and guides on how to deal with all of this. Okay, and then we'll also get an oracle card for you at the end of the reading as a guidance card. Okay, so that is your part one. If this is where we part ways, don't forget to go to Play Store if you're using Android, I think, and downloading the Pearly Moon Tarot app. I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, if you want the rest of the reading, I almost jumped this part. I'm just all over the place today. So anyway, if you want the rest of the reading, right, where we're going to talk about your future and the advice, the link is in the description box down below. Okay, there's a link in the description box to my Patreon page. You can click on that, and then that's where the rest of the reading will be. Otherwise, if this is where we part ways, thank you so much for your time and energy. Good luck with everything, and I'm sending you lots of love. Ciao. Pile number 3. Hi, I hope you're doing well. You chose the anointing high priestess. So, anointing is the word, anointing is the key. Anoint your food, anoint your space. Anointing is just another word for blessing, right? Bless those around you, bless your food, bless where you're going, bless your journey, bless everything, okay? So, this is very important for you currently, okay? So, now let's get into your reading. Pile number 3. Hi, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to your reading. We are going to take a look at the spiritual lessons and gifts you are currently experiencing or going through, okay? So now we have 2 piles in front of us. We are going to do a 2-part reading, okay? So the first part of the reading, we are going to take a look at the spiritual lessons as well as the spiritual gifts, okay? And the second part of the reading, we are going to take a look at the opportunities that will open up through learning these lessons and cultivating these gifts, as well as the advice from your ancestors and your guides, as well as an oracle card at the end of the reading as a guidance card. Okay, so now let's start with the first pile. All right, pile number 3. So you got 4 cards that came out for you for the first cards. Okay, we have the 6 of bows, which is abundance. We have the 2 of stones, which is challenge. We have the 0, which is the wanderer, and the 2, which is the seer. Okay, so first of all, the lessons are you will have to learn to create some sort of balance in your life, in your career, in anything that you do, because I feel like you are somebody that you will face a lot of challenges, okay? Challenges that have to do with conflicting opposites, right? So you may struggle with your inner masculine, inner feminine, maybe struggling between doing something and allowing something to happen. You may also struggle with, maybe you are a giver but you're not really good with receiving, right? You may be somebody that maybe you're good at receiving but you're not a good giver. You may be good at listening but you're not good at talking, or you may be good at talking but you're not good at listening. Like, there's an energy of learning to create some sort of balance in your life, because there's this energy of opposite pollinatories conflicting with one another and not being in harmony with one another, okay? So this is the energy of not uniting. So sometimes you may find that you need to assess yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you may be doing that's contributing to this challenge that you may be facing, okay? I'm getting here though that that's just one, right? It's not a major thing. It's just something that you need to pay attention to, something that you need to work on, okay? So you need to work on creating balance. So if you're somebody, like I said, who can give but can't receive, you need to start working on being able to receive. When somebody gives you a compliment, take it and not have to put one on top of their compliment. If like, just try to create balance where you feel like, you know what, I feel like maybe here I'm lacking this, I'm too much of this and I'm less of this. So you need to create some sort of balance there, okay? I'm also seeing here that part of your spiritual lessons is to learn to be carefree, okay? To not always take things so seriously, because with the wanderer in general tarot cards is the fool, which is somebody that takes nothing seriously. This person is somebody that just cares about experiencing life and going with the wind and swimming with the waves. I mean, swimming with the, flowing with the ocean, you know. It's not somebody that goes against the tide so much. Can be rebellious, okay, but more in an energy of seeking to flow with life rather than flowing out of life, okay? So with this wanderer card, I'm getting that you are going to have to learn to not take everything so seriously, even if there's a serious nature about you, being the seer and all, right? Because seers are very serious in nature, right? They may have a humor, but being a seer is something that you'll find most seers are not good at being humorous. They're more good at showing you the way, right? So that's the energy I'm getting, that you're going to have to learn to not be so serious all the time, to learn to take risks as well, okay? Now, sometimes risks are uncalculated, but if you feel called to it, if you feel called to something, if the inner child is speaking to you and saying, let's go, let's dive in, and you feel free to do so, don't let external circumstances tell you otherwise, because I feel like that sometimes could cause conflict within you, where you want to do something but you also care too much what other people have to say. You care too much of whatever the case may be. So that's part of your spiritual lessons, okay? However, I am seeing gifts as well, that you're somebody who's meant to have abundance. With the Six of Bows here is abundance. You're somebody that's meant to be abundant, so you will have abundance in your life. You will have great adventures in your life, an abundance of great adventures in your life, okay? I'm seeing with the Six of Abundance, some of you, this could also mean recognition in your field, or recognition and whatever sphere that you put your energy into, okay? Because being the Six of Bows is not just one energy but multiple energy, so other people can see your success, other people can see you thrive. So it's recognition, okay, where you're not just succeeding by yourself in your own corner, but your success is something that others can see as well, and you can share with those you care about as well, okay? So that's the energy that I'm getting with regards to another gift. Now, another gift of yours is that you are a seer. You see things before they happen, right? You're somebody that has a very sharp vision into the future. You're somebody that could also be maybe like a trendsetter, especially with the wanderer being here. You start things, you start trends, right? Because the wanderer is the fool, is the one that goes in first before everyone goes in. So you may find that you're very trendy, right? You may start something and then you start seeing people around following you, okay? Because you're that type of energy. So that's part of you. That's some of the gifts that you're given, right? Excuse me, some of the gifts that you're giving is that being a seer comes with you being able to have this foresight of being able to tell what the future is. So if you're somebody that loves fashion, for example, being a seer could mean that you can predict future trends and maybe you start trends, okay? Being a seer, maybe let's say, for example, you're somebody that I don't know. What else can I? You're a model, or you're an actor, or you're this, or you're that. You're an entertainer, you're an influencer. Whatever gift that you have, being a seer amplifies that, because now you have this foresight of seeing what your field will look like in the next 2 years, in the next week, in the next month, in the next day, right? Because you have that foresight. You're somebody that has a very big vision, right? So you also may dream about things and they happen. So I feel like part of your spiritual journey is you using that gift and sharing it with other people. So if you've been planning on going on a spiritual journey to learn more, to grow your spiritual gifts, this is a positive indication that you should do that, okay? Even if you don't go on a spiritual journey where you're physically going, but reading books or exploring, finding information and trying to figure out how to strengthen your ability, this is a positive indication that you should do so if you've been having this conflicting energy within you, okay? So also use that energy to bring balance into your life. Because you're a seer, it means that you're empathetic, you are sensitive to energy, okay? You're sensitive to frequency of energy. So when it comes to challenge, maybe you're having conflict within a relationship, try to come to see things from the other person's perspective, in order to help you resolve that conflict, okay? And help them see it from your perspective, okay? Try to make them see it from your perspective, okay? So I'm also getting this energy that your gift is that you're supposed to have this life, not that you're supposed to, but your life, you will experience, right, a lot of joy moments, a lot of magical moments, especially when it comes to your spirituality, okay? You will experience a lot of magical moments, a lot of, oh my word, if people could see this. Sometimes you see them on your own and it's like, even if you tell people, it's gonna be like, oh really? Or is it even worth explaining, or is it even worth arguing over? It was mine to experience. I was just supposed to experience by myself, right? So that's the energy that I'm getting, all right? So I'm getting also that this is a good indication to start working on your gift of being a CM. You can take that new journey, take that risk, move towards that. If you are unsure about if you'll make money, try it, go into it. I see success in this, okay? So let's take a look at more cards for you, what this is about, what your spiritual gifts and lessons are, okay? All right, so now you have two aces, okay? So we have the Four of Coins, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. I feel like today's readings are so intertwined, because either it was in pile one or pile two, where they had two aces and a four, like the same number, 411. Okay, I don't know, emergency number maybe. I don't know, maybe there's something hot coming in, especially we have the Ace of Wands here, okay? So we have the Four of Coins, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands, okay? So the lesson that I see here for you, I think also pile number two, maybe you should check that reading out. It's so close to what I'm seeing here, because you're also asked to save, right? The Four of Coins, to make some good financial investments, okay? So that's the energy I'm getting, that in order to have a financial to change the way you handle your finances. That's what I'm getting. To be honest about how you spend your finances, to be careful of overspending as well. Okay, Four of Coins is not just saving money and having investments, but it's also making wise decisions when it comes to your finances, instead of making impulsive decisions. Maybe that's what the 411 is, okay? To take a better look at your finances and not make impulsive decisions, but rather make wise and clear decisions. Not that you should live a rigid life financially, but just for the sake of having that financial security, something to fall back on. You know, it feels so good when you're in an emergency and you need money and you have it. You don't have to go begging and asking and pleading for help to be able to use that money. You have it, it's yours, you can just access it. That's something that you need to start working on. That's part of your lessons, okay? However, I do see two wonderful gifts here for you, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Now, by remaining authentic to who you are, because there are people who are going to test you, you are going to meet with challenges, you are going to meet with people that try to have one above you, that think that they can do your job better than you, that think they can be you better than you, right? Remain authentic in all of it, because being somebody that's a trendsetter like you, right, you will find people trying to conflict with you because they want to be trendsetters, right? Trend setting doesn't necessarily have to be in fashion or business or whatever. It's just being able to predict the trends of a particular something, a particular project, or whatever the case may be. Even in soccer, you can be somebody that's futuristic. Maybe you come out with new skill sets, new tricks, new ways, you know, being a person who can predict the outcome, the trend, how things will flow, what will come up next. So you will have people that may want to challenge you as being the one, but by you remaining authentic, right? Now, this is both a lesson and a gift, right? By you remaining authentic to who you are and not letting anyone standing in your way and charging and taking action and going and creating and starting that business, creating that project that's going to allow your spiritual gift to grow, you are going to see so much passion in your life. You are going to see so much clarity in your life. You're going to see so much victory in your life, because by you now accepting your gift as a seer and going on that journey to make it a reality and using that gift to work with other people, it will bring in money. And I also see that it will also bring in victory. It will allow you to see who you are. It will teach you more about yourself, and it will even give you more power, more drive, more passion, more stamina, more of that masculine energy of taking charge, of wanting to grow more, of wanting more, right? Whereas right now you may be in this feminine energy of being in this energy of, I want something to show me, I want like something, waiting for something to fall on your lap, right? That's the well, I'm not saying the feminine energy is like waiting for them for something to fall on their lap, but the feminine energy's way of taking charge is different, right? They draw things in through their own psychic energy, right? So masculine energy is more using physical energy to go and get that, right? So I'm getting that right now. If you're in your feminine energy, it's time to start being in your masculine energy. Okay, start being in your masculine energy where you're taking charge and moving forward and driving forward with regards to your gifts. Okay, I'm also getting part of your spiritual lessons is to learn to be honest. Be as honest and as authentic as you possibly can, because when you operate out of integrity, it will backfire, it will create challenges. Okay, because as a seer, you have to be honest. If you see something that's not good, you have to be honest. If you see something that is good, you have to have this detachment of your own emotional, especially when working with other people, right? Is that you have to see things from an a bigger, a broader perspective outside of yourself. That's how you'll be able to deliver clarity and truth and not make it personal. Okay, so that's the energy that I'm getting. And yeah, let's take a look at what else your lessons and your gifts are. All right. All right, would you look at that? We have the Four of Coins on top of the Four of Coins. So making sure you create some sort of financial security for yourself is very, very important. It came out twice. Anytime a card repeats itself, it's an emphasis on that energy that it is important. The 411, right? It's important that you make sure you make good financial decisions, you make good investments, you make sure that you don't overspend, you don't indulge too much into things. You have a source of financial foundation that you can always bounce off of if you need financial assistance. You don't necessarily need to go to the next person. You have your savings, you have your investments, you also have your backup, you also have, and whenever you go and you buy something, you spend your money on something, you can spoil yourself and buy nice things, but don't let that be an everyday thing. Your finances should help you live the life that you want to live, right? That means that it's either giving you what it is that you want, or aligning you to the life that you want to live, or it's helping you get there. All right, that's what I'm getting. It should either be giving you the lifestyle you want. If it's not, then it should be helping you get that lifestyle. Not that it gives you that lifestyle right now and tomorrow you're broke, you don't have money, right? Not that type. The type where, if you, let's say for example, you want to buy something that's worth 5,000, right? And you have 6,000 rand. You can't afford that thing. You might have the money to buy it, but you can't, because once you do, you're left with 1,000. And what if there's something else that comes up that needs like 3 grand, right? So that's the energy that I'm getting, that it's important that when you get that, if you, maybe you can't afford to buy it for 5,000 for now, and there's a cheaper version for like 2.5, right? Don't go for the 2.5 because it's not aligning with you just because you want it. Wait, use your money to try and make more money so that you can buy the 5,000 one and be left with 5,000, or be left with 20,000, that type of energy. So now, what I'm getting here is also the fact that part of your spiritual lessons is to learn. There's this energy of lies and deceit. You're going to learn how painful they are. You're going to learn how I feel like that you're going to experience people lying to you, people manipulating you, people hurting you with and their untruths, and it's going to teach you how important the honesty is, how important the truth is, so that you don't become that person that is deceptive and lying and manipulating and gaslighting and breaks other people's hearts. So that's part of your spiritual journey. So I don't know if that is your energy or it's just to help you learn the importance of honesty, okay? But I do see that you will go through, or you may go through a situation where you are with an individual, you don't see things from eye to eye, and this person manipulates you in order to see things from their own perspective, maybe makes you feel insecure so that you can see things from their own perspective, so that they can have what they want from you. It's important that you see and you realize when you're not operating in your own alignment, right? When you're out of alignment with yourself, when you're insecure, you're out of alignment with yourself, when you don't feel powerful about yourself, you are out of alignment. Ask yourself what's causing that. And if it's an individual, then that individual needs to be, you know, xed out. You can see with the sword. The sword always comes up when there's something that needs to be cut, because the sword does cut and the truth cuts sometimes, especially if it's things that we don't want to hear. So you may be somebody that just heard something they didn't want to hear, but yeah, it's important, right, for the truth. So I see that. I see also, like, part of the lessons that you're going to learn, like, finances are so important. I feel like they are tied to your masculine energy. That's why I was like, you're operating in your feminine energy. They are tied to your masculine energy. So I don't know if you're lacking a father figure or you're lacking a strong masculine presence in your life, but there's this energy of your finances. Maybe you, when you have money, you just spend. When you have money, you just spend, and you find yourself broke most of the time because you never create any financial security, right? So I'm getting here that part of the lesson is for you to learn how to create financial security. Otherwise, you will become broke all the time. And that I feel like it's so connected to the masculine energy. That's why this masculine energy is so easy to manipulate you, because you have a very weak sense of masculine energy within yourself. Okay, there's a very weak masculine energy within yourself and in your external world. So you need to start working on that. You need to start taking action more. Okay, you need to just go on Google and Google what masculine energy is and how to embody as a female, how as a masculine, how to embody more of a masculine energy. That is being more external, like the sun, doing things that are more physical, being more energetic, more in this, more in that, more in that. Because the feminine energy is more relaxed, more, it's like Mother Nature is the earth. It takes its times, it nurtures it, whatever the case may be. But masculine energy is the action of it all, okay? So you need to embody more masculine energy and more like, that's what I see, like the lesson that you're having to learn here as well, okay? So it affects your finances a lot, okay? So let's see what else is coming up. All right, so the three cards that came out for you is the Six of Cauldrons, the Nine of Flames, and the Strength card. Now, the similar combo came out. I don't know whether it was pile one or pile two. So I feel like pile two, okay? I'm not sure, but you can check that out. The Nine of Flames in traditional tarot is the Nine of Wands, which is not giving up. And paired with the Strength card is you will defeat. You have the strength to overcome. So if you are going through, for example, in your relationship, you're dealing with somebody that's being deceptive, sneaky, lying, manipulating, there's conflict there, there's lack of balance, lack of honesty. I feel like there's this energy, maybe this person makes you feel insecure, right? I feel like you will overcome this. You will overcome this energy of insecurity, this energy of feeling like you're not good enough. You will overcome. You just have to learn more about yourself. That's why you need to go on the spiritual journey. Doesn't have to be physical. Spiritual journey is merely you going on a journey of uncovering what it is that your spirit is here to do in this world. It doesn't have to physically you be going to a school, an initiation school. It can be if that's what you want to do, but it doesn't have to be, because spiritual journeys are different for different people. It could be you going on a spiritual journey where you're traveling. Your spiritual journey is just you traveling to different places in the world, learning about the different spiritualities, different religions, different cultures, different spiritual beliefs that people have, and enlightening you. And somewhere along the lines, you will find your own truth. You will build your own character. You will build yourself. Sometimes it could mean you going to a spiritual school and being taught how to do things. It's different for different people, right? Sometimes it's just you completely being closed off of the world and going to the mountain and being by yourself and praying and doing whatever. Sometimes it's just you at home. So spiritual journey it calls you. Your journey will call you. Okay. So I feel like do not give up on yourself just because something did not work out the way you wanted to, perhaps a relationship. I'm getting that. Do not give up on learning about yourself and growing, because everything we go through is a reflection of whatever is within us that either needs healing or to be brought up or needs enlightenment. Okay, we don't call into our experiences things that are not energetically connected to us in one way, shape, or form. So they're either here to reveal or to bless, right? That's why we have the lessons and the gifts, because some things are lessons that are gifts in disguise. Everything is a gift, right? But lessons are more painful than actually receiving something and be like so happy, you know? So that's the energy I'm getting here, that you have the gift of strength, right? Whatever enemies or whatever people may try to slither their way in your life or make you feel insecure or try to take away your power or whatever the case may be, you will defeat them. That's one of your gifts, right? I'm seeing that also one of your gifts is that you don't give up easy. You're somebody that seeks knowledge, that seeks answers, that seeks the truth. And that's a very good card, because as a person who is a wanderer, right? As a person who's always seeking the rainbow on the other side, you will get to learn a lot of lessons. You will get to have a lot of knowledge and information. That's why I said spiritual journey could even mean, if you can see this girl, she's reading a book. That is another form of traveling. It's another form of even though it's not traveling like real travel, you can never substitute real travel with a book, right? But it does allow your imagination to see and experience other things that you are not experiencing in your current environment. Okay, so because of that energy, I see that you will break through a lot of things, even things that you do not see that were deceiving you. You will break through. Okay, so I feel like a lesson you're going to have to learn is that no matter how many good memories you have created or how much emotional attachment you have to something, sometimes it gets left behind. Sometimes it doesn't move forward with you. You have to learn to accept and grieve things that no longer work in order to move on. Okay, so I feel like the moving on theme is so major with all these readings, but let's get the last three cards for you and then move on to the next part of the reading. All right, so the last three cards for you, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Sun card. Okay, so now first I'm going to start with the Sun card because it's a major arcana. The Sun card tells me that you are going to have a happy life. You should live a happy life. Everybody should live a happy life. But with the Sun card being here, this is telling me that you will experience happiness and joy in this current reality. Even if right now you may be feeling defeated, you may be feeling taken advantage of, you may be feeling whatever the case may be, happiness you will experience. Okay, so I'm getting the energy that you are given a gift that you need to share with the world. That is the gift, the other gift, that you're meant to be charitable. And by charitable, it's not always giving for free, right? But charitable could mean that using your gift, you could use your gift to make money. If you can see with the Six of Pentacles, this person is giving and they're receiving, right? It's the energy of giving, sharing, receiving. You know, that energy when I was saying earlier on, if you're a good giver but you're not a good receiver, you see with the Six of Pentacles, you need to be that energy where you know how to give, you know how to receive. So say for example, you have a business and you're giving away everything for free. You're draining your own energy resource. It's not helping anyone. So instead, maybe ask them to pay a small service fee, okay? And that will help you somewhere along the line. So that's the energy that I'm getting, right? That your gift is to use your gift to make money, not just to make money, but to share with other people so that you can also have what you need, right? Or what's going to help you. Okay, I'm seeing here that the lesson you're going to have to learn is manipulation. Not that you learn how to manipulate, but you learn how it looks like, what it is and what it does. Because the Five of Swords is basically manipulation. Is somebody actually just wanting to win by any cost necessary, even if it means, you know, doing wrong, hurting other people just to say I've won. This is not true winning. This is deceptive winning. So it's not actually truth. It's not clarity. It's not what you're looking for. So you're going to learn this, because I feel like you may be dealing with someone like this and you're conflicting with this person, and this person is manipulating, and the truth will be clear. Okay, so the energy I'm getting here is that you're somebody who's a seer, and you're somebody who's supposed to be happy. Use your gift. You need to embody more masculine energy right now, because the masculine energy that you're dealing with is maybe deceptive, it may be insecure, lines. Okay, so you need to learn how important truth is. Okay, that's your reading. So now I want us to take a look at the opportunities that will be opening up for you once you can cultivate these gifts. Once you can learn these lessons, what kind of opportunities will open up for you in the future. We'll take a look at advice from your ancestors and your guides on how to handle all of this, as well as an oracle card at the end of your reading to tie in the reading as well as for guidance. Okay, so if you want all that information, there is a link in the description box down below to my Patreon page. You can click on that link and the rest of the reading will be there. Also, remember to download my app via Play Store. The app is the Pearly Moon Tarot app. Okay, so for now, it's just so that you have updates on everything I have to offer, because whenever I post, obviously when you go into my app, you will see on YouTube if I've uploaded something, or on TikTok or in Instagram whatsoever. Okay, so I will be updating the app though, making it more interactive, but for now that's what we will be working with. Okay, otherwise, if this is where we part ways, thank you so much for your time and energy. Good luck with everything, and I'm sending you lots of love. Ciao.